days!
Good morning, my fellow YouTubians. Hey, it is a Wednesday, day 84, coming in at a respectful 179.5.
Nice.
Let's take a look at the charts real quick. Another good day yesterday, coming in at a calorie burn of 1,170 with a respectful 19,000 steps. I love this graph. We can see the trend is going back down and continuing downward. I hope to keep that continued for another 4.5 pounds.
Well, that was a complete failure. I just spent a good 10 minutes on my walk trying to describe to you some beautiful things. And it all failed. I don't know what to say. I don't know how it triggered the time-lapse mode. It shouldn't have, but it did. Anyway, I'll try to sum up or summarize what I was talking about. First thing, I received 2 messages about the videos that I'm making, and they were great messages. One was from my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, who commented how much she really was inspired by my videos, and you know, she was reporting her own progress, the steps she's taking, you know, the calorie burns and all these things, and she was really inspired by the things I'm doing. So that was really touching. The second thing was from a dear friend of mine who said, you know, I really like your long videos. And and that kind of shocked me because I've spent so long trying to figure out how I can cut down what I'm doing. Because once I start talking into the camera, I can't stop myself. And yeah, it's probably because I don't have a plan about what I'm going to say. I just kind of, you know, oh, I thought about this. I want to talk about this today.
You don't say. You don't say.
And other things will come to mind, and I want to talk about them, so I do. That's really probably not the best way to approach doing a video recording. You should have an idea about what you want to talk about. But hey, I'm not here selling shoes. I'm not selling the latest earbuds. So I don't need to go over the specs and have all that detailed down.
Well, Lottie frickin' da!
Just here giving my opinion. And that's all this is. This is all my opinion. I want to reiterate this, and I probably should put some kind of disclosure at the beginning of my video. I am not a doctor.
What did you say?
I never claimed to be a doctor. I'm not a physical therapist. All I know is I'm just reporting what I'm doing.
Oh shit, Sherlock.
That's all this is my journey, and maybe it can be an inspiration to some of you out there. And right now, things are working for me, or at least they seem to be. And I think a lot of the reasons why this might be working is because I've been changing as time goes on. If you look back at some of the earlier videos of what I started with.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You know, I started with doing a half a mile walk, just a walk, half mile out, half mile back, so a total of 1 mile. And that's all I was doing. My step count was very low. My calorie burn was extremely low. And that's what it was. But also at that time, at the beginning, I had cut my overabundance of sugar intake.
No, what?
So I was seeing progress just from that. But as time goes on, in order to keep seeing progress, you have to do other changes. You have to bump up things. And to be honest with you, I wanted to. I had the desire to. It wasn't that I was really struggling to do more. I wanted to do more. I thought, hey, I did a half mile. I see the end of this street entrance down the road. I'm going to go to that. How far is that? Oh, that's 3/4 of a mile. Round trip, now I'm at 1.5 miles. I'm going to do this. 1.5 miles now. And then it went to 2 miles. And now it's 2 1/4. I mean, it's a total of 2.5. So this morning, what I was trying to show you was that I have a different path now. I have a different loop that I can take, and that's going to give me a 3-mile loop.
Well, isn't that special?
So that was something else I wanted to convey, was it's kind of important, if you can, figure out your paths of what you want to do. You know, oh, I only can do 1 mile right now, so what is that distance? It's very easy to find that out. I'm sure since you're on YouTube, everybody has access to some kind of computer. You can go on Google Maps and they let you draw out on their Google map the route you want to take, and it gives you the exact distances. It's really, really kind of cool. And you can do that. And then that way you can plot out, well, gee, if I know if I start here and if I go to this street, that gives me 3/4 of a mile. And don't forget, you got to get back. So if you're not making a loop, you've got to go back the way you came, and that'll give you your total distance. The other thing you can use is your phone or a smartwatch or something like that that has a tracking app on it. Most phones come with some kind of app that already tracks that thing. It has a GPS built into it. So you can use a tracking app. There's a number of tracking apps out there that will track where you go and distances and things like that. Yes, it tracks where you go. So if you're concerned about that, don't use it. Don't use it. Turn off the GPS. You can do that. It's pretty easy. I'm trying to keep the sun out of the camera. So that's all. That's what that whole first blurb was all about, was me talking about these things. And I get all messed up. And I didn't have to share it, but I figured, hey, this was part of the progress, right? I have no idea how I did that. I did that yesterday, riding home on my motorcycle. I thought I had a great ride home. I had it all recorded. I get back and I check. This is only a minute compressed time lapse, they call it, and I have no idea how I did that. Shouldn't have done it today, but it did. So yes, I have a new loop. It is a loop, and I can run fairly flat for most of it, which is nice. I'm going to have a nice downhill like I've been doing here recently, but then it kind of flattens out, and then I have some uphill coming back to finish my loop. But it is almost a perfect 3-mile loop, which works out great. I can probably get that in within 30 minutes, so that's a good thing, because a 30-minute here and a 30-minute there, that's my lunch hour, and that's it. So that works out great for me.
I'd buy that for $1.
So I want to say thanks. Yeah, the reading this morning was pretty good, 179.5. But as I mentioned, it's not about the daily readings. It is about the trending, and this helped to bump that trend back downward, which I really expected, because I've had some good daily workouts over the last 8 days or so, outside of Saturday and Sunday, which I already know are going to be my light days. But the last other days have been really good, and again, bumping up my exercise routine is helping with that, I think. And these last 5 are going to be the toughest, which I'm fully expecting, just because that's just the way it works. It's harder for your body to shed those final pounds.
You're trying to trick me into giving away something.
Than it is the first pound. So, you know, you'll shed 80% up front, usually fairly quickly, and then it's that last 20%, man, it just seems to take forever.
Don't push it.
But I'm kind of waiting for that. Anyhow, that's all I gotta say. I hope this recording came out good this time. Thanks for joining me, and always hang loose. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
That's all, folks.